in normal letters, it's up to you. But in Arabic would be good for you. Naam. Okay, we end this some. Inshallah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salam wa Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala. In the last lesson, we spoke about the word qalb. And qalb in Arabic means what? Qalb in Arabic means heart. Heart. And one of the things we mentioned last week was discussing where your own heart is. Where your own heart is. That's a question you actually have to ask yourself for your whole life. For your whole life, every week, every month, all the time you have to ask yourself, where is my heart? Is my heart with Allah, or is my heart with other than those things which Allah loves? Is my heart with Allah and those things He loves, or is my heart somewhere else? And if our hearts are somewhere else, it's something to be concerned about. There's so much emphasis today on people's physical appearance. So much emphasis on physical appearance. The outer shell. What's happening inside is the big question. Allah doesn't worry too much about the outer shell. He doesn't worry too much about which brand you wear, which color you wear, which style you have. Allah worries really about what's happening on the inside. So we are people, the Muslims are a people, for them the outside is less important. In fact, if you go to an Arab country, one of the strange things with Arab countries, the houses generally don't look very nice on the outside. It's lots of flats. So it's grey flats. You go to most Arab countries, you go to Yemen, you go to Egypt, you go to Jordan. It's very on the outside plain, the beauty is on the inside. So in Islam, I mean, we're talking about gender. Gender in traditional society, in public, gender differences are actually more concealed. What I'm wearing now is close to what a woman wears, because we actually conceal the outside. But anyway, it's a long discussion, inshallah. We'll have some other time. So that was I wanted to speak about. And this is one of the most seminal hadith, is one of the most profound hadith, where the Prophet ﷺ, he says, "Ala wa inna fil jasadi mudghah." So we'll learn this hadith today, inshallah. The Prophet ﷺ says, "Allah." Allah is there to call out, like behold, like nay, to get your attention, like get your attention, listen up, Allah. Wa inna, and certainly, undoubtedly, definitely, fil jasadi, in the jasad, in this physical form, in this physical body, this physical container, there is a mudghah. A mudghah. A mudghah is a small piece of flesh. A mudghah is a small piece of flesh. Mudghah, what's the hal? Why so few? What's the hal of mudghah? Nasbun, what's the definiteness? Ma'rifa nakira? Nakira. Mudhakkar or mu'annath? Mu'annath. No. Nahu still works in hadith also. No. In the body there is a mudghah. A mudghah. إذا صلحت. So you're doing fa'ala. How far you know? You finish fa'ala. What's here? Fa'ala. Fa'ala. Fa'alu. Fa'alat. Fa'alna. No more. Fa'alta. Fa'altum. Fa'alti. Fa'altunna. Fa'altu. Alna. So salaha. Salaha. Salahu. Salahat. Okay, salahat we have there. What does salahat refer to? What does salahat refer to? It refers to the mudghah. Because the mudghah is female, therefore, if salahat means to become good, to become right, to become sound. But can you see there's two things that Allah is speaking about? Inna fil jasadi. Jasad is the body. Is jasad male or female? Is jasad male or female? Male. And mudghah? Female. So now when the Prophet ﷺ says, Idha salahat, is he speaking if the body becomes sound or the heart becomes sound? The heart, because you use a female verb. So it must be referring to a female thing. So Idha salahat, if salahat, if this mudghah, this piece of flesh inside of you, salahat, if it becomes sound, if it becomes whole, if it becomes healthy, salahal jasadu. What do you think that means? Salahal jasadu. Then the whole, okay, where are we now? Then the whole body is sound. Can you see there? Salahat and salaha. Okay, it's a bit out there, but this refers to jasadu. Idha salahat, if the piece of flesh becomes sound, salahal jasadu, the entire jasad, the entire being becomes sound. You following so far? Wa idha fasadat, what's fasadat? Your fasad. If it becomes corrupt, if it becomes spoilt, if what becomes spoilt? The heart becomes spoilt. Fasadal jasadu. What does it mean there? The entire being becomes spoiled. Kulluhu, all of it. So you find the hadith so far. You can apply your nahi and your sarf. You can see how they interact. The Prophet ﷺ says, Ala wa inna fil jasadi mudghah, that in the body there is a mudghah, there is a piece of flesh. Idha salahat, if it becomes sound, salahal jasadu kulluhu, then the entire being becomes sound. Wa idha fasadat, and if it, the mudghah, this piece of flesh, becomes spoiled, polluted, fasadal jasadu kulluhu, then the entire being becomes spoiled. At the end of the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ says, Ala wa hiya al-qalb. What is this mudghah? Not your liver, not your kidney. It is ala wa hiya al-qalb. Behold, it is the heart. Beautiful hadith. The hadith is saying that if this heart is not in the right space, if this heart is not turned to the right direction, the entire being, the physical being, the emotional being, the psychological being, the social being, your entire kulluhu, your entire being, your entire existence, if it is right, this heart, your entire existence will be right. Your feelings will be right. Your thoughts will be right. Your direction will be right. And if it is corrupt, everything else will become corrupted. Ala wa hiya al-qalb, it is the heart. The heart is your king. The heart is your amir. The heart is your leader. I was thinking about this hadith yesterday, and I was thinking, your heart is located within your rib cage. So people generally can't see your heart, but people can see your physical being. I was wondering, what would life be if Allah would allow people to see our real hearts? Imagine you could look at people, you could see the real heart. Not the shape. You could see just imagine that. You could see the real state. But Allah can do that. You and I can't do that. We don't know what's in people's hearts. But Allah definitely knows. Allah looks at your heart. He gazes at your heart. Let alone your actions. He gazes directly into your heart. Basir. So one of the things we have to do is that we have to keep looking to our own heart and seeing where our own heart is. And if you are having issues with yourself, you're having all of issues with ourselves, the problem actually lies in our heart. Because if our heart is attached to the right things, our being automatically will want to go there. That's the nature of the heart. If your heart is attached that way, then your entire being pulls that way. You with me? If your heart is attached in the other way, your entire being pulls the other way. So if someone's heart is attached to the wrong thing, how do we change that? How does that get changed? Islam has many, many avenues. Many, many avenues. One of the main avenues of change is changing your company, changing your environment, changing the people you mix to. Mashallah, you come to a Mizan class, you meet other people, brothers and sisters who are wanting to change their life. This becomes a lifeline for you. To come sit in the masjid for 4 hours on a Sunday and learn about Quran and Arabic and about Hadith, this is something which impacts your heart. Impacts your heart. To be with people who are trying to change their life impacts your heart. It makes a huge difference because you're in the blessings of Allah. And therefore we always make the dua at the beginning of the lesson, Oh Allah, my heart is in your hands. I am struggling to change my own heart. I'm struggling with myself year after year. I don't want to meet you with my heart turned away from you. I don't want to meet you with my heart polluted and hardened and covered. Oh Allah, I want to meet you with my heart yearning for you. I want to meet you with my heart beating with your dhikr, illuminated with your light. That is the dua we're making. Because we are being steeped in darkness upon darkness. Because the Prophet ﷺ says that whenever you sin, there is a mark on the heart. And you sin again, there's a mark on the heart. Until that mark becomes a covering on the heart. And when the heart is covered, there's no light can come inside. The light can shine, the light of Quran and Hadith and dhikr and good company can shine, but the heart is covered. The heart is covered. And the only way to uncover that is to make tawbah. That you say, Ya Allah, my life and my heart have been in the wrong direction. I turn and I repent to you. I want to change my life. And then Allah starts removing those layers. And the light starts coming in. And one of the things about a covering is that also what happens with a covering is light can't go out. And inside all of you, you have light. It's the light of your fitrah. It's the light Allah placed inside of you when you were born. Before you were born. In the womb of your mothers, Allah placed a light inside of your fitrah. If the heart is covered, that beauty can't radiate. But when it's uncovered, that beauty radiates. Therefore we have the ayah, Nurun ala Nur. The Nur of your fitrah and the Nur of revelation is Nurun ala Nur. Is light upon light. So this journey, it might take the form of Nahu and Sarf and translation. But the reality of the journey is not that. The reality of the journey is that have you allowed space in your heart for Allah? Have you allowed that light to enter? And once you allow that light to enter, the higher level is, have you given your heart to Allah? Have you said, Ya Allah, you are the owner of my heart. You are the keeper of my heart. My heart is attached only to you and that which you love. That's the higher level. Those who have sold themselves to Allah. They have traded their lives for Allah's sake. And this is actually the reality of studying the Quran. This is the reality about it. Is that it's supposed to transform your entire life. And inshallah with time it does. With time it does. It gives you perspective. It sets your priorities right. It takes away the sweetness of distraction. You know, distraction and dunya and shahwa has a certain sweetness to it. Our nafs inclined to it. As you get more real light into your heart, that sweetness disappears. And you're like, what is that? Really? Me? Waste my time with that? No. This is the change that happens. This is the change that happens. So may Allah will illuminate our hearts. And really we live in an age now where the hearts are under attack. All of our hearts are under attack. There are very few in this world, there are very few true awliya. In the past there were many awliya, and today there's very few awliya. There were people in the past, there were such awliya, there were such salihin. They said if those people walked past, people would become Muslim by just looking at them. There were some awliya I read that they stood up, and before they spoke a word, the crowd started crying. Just to gaze upon them. This was their maqam, this was their station. There are very few people like that. The lights have become dim in our hearts. And we live in a time of crisis, of difficulty. So all of us are struggling. And our only refuge here is just to turn to Allah and to pray to Him. And to beg Him at His door, Ya Allah, open your door for me. Like we say here every day when we wake up, Allah maftahi wa Allah rahmatik, oh Allah, open doors of your rahmah. Why, Ya Allah? Look into my heart. Because if you gaze into my heart, Ya Allah, and you want for me nur in my heart, there will be nur in my heart. But Allah wants to see you being serious about it. Don't just make it lip service. Be serious about the change and make an effort to change. If you make an effort to change, Allah will make the change happen. If you just say it and make no effort, Allah sees through that superficial du'as. He knows everything. You can't fool your Lord. So may Allah bless all of our hearts. May Allah polish all of our hearts and soften all of our hearts and allow our hearts to see the truth as it should be. And let our hearts see falsehood and distraction and shaitan and dunya as it should be. And may our hearts have the nur to make the right choice. May our hearts be filled with love for that which Allah loves. May this stir our hearts. Allahu Ameen. May Allah bless and protect you and your families. May Allah guide all the hearts of our children also. Our parents, our families. Fill all the hearts with iman and taqwa. Allahu Ameen. In Surah Al-Asr, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wal asr, innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa amilus salihati wa tawasaw bil haqqi wa tawasaw bis sabr. Before Salah, I just one, two announcements, inshallah. Is that next week, I forgot to mention this before, is that next week we have a special slot from 8 a.m. until 8:35 a.m. So it's optional, not compulsory, but from 8 a.m. from 8:35, we did last year as well, is we have a class in the main masjid where the entire class memorizes a surah together, a few lines at a time. So if you haven't memorized Surah Al-Buruj, before, then Surah Al-Buruj will start on Sunday at 8 o'clock. Maulana Abdullah Forbes, which he has a unique way to teach people to memorize without even being able to read fluently. Even if you can't read fluently, he has a collective memorization technique that will allow you to memorize Surah Al-Buruj within 4 weeks, inshallah. Within 4 weeks, inshallah, you will know Surah Al-Buruj. So it will be at 8 a.m. on Sunday, and it's a public class. You can invite your family and friends, wherever you want to. It's a public class at 8 a.m. Obviously, most of Mizan students come, and we memorize that's few, 35 minutes. We memorize a few lines, next week a few lines, and after 4 weeks, you'll know the surah, inshallah ta'ala. So make an effort to come. It's good for Arabic, it's good for your memorization, it's good for your heart also. Okay. Secondly, we still confirm that this Sunday, inshallah, this Sunday coming, this Sunday coming, there shall be a hike for the brothers who want to go hiking. We're going to hike at Silver Mine, inshallah. We have a hiking team club. We're hiking at Silver Mine after Fajr. We'll hike and swim and have breakfast and then come home probably about 10 o'clock or so. But we'll send you the details. If you want to join us, it's an open hike. Get fit also, it's part of your development. Not Sunday, Saturday. Maaf. Let me just rewind quickly there. Next Saturday.